Hi guys, I'm going to actually go ahead and share my February TBR. Not February, March. March TBR. And I don't have my Kindle, but the first book that I need to absolutely get started in March will be Seraphina's second book. I can't even think what it is. Something Serpent or something. I don't remember. All I know is it's book number 2. I read Seraphina a long time ago, but there is a book club on Goodreads that is reading the second book in the month of March, like all through March, every week. There's a certain number of chapters that you read, and I actually went ahead and got it on my Kindle. That way I have it, so I can read it. The next is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I read this years ago when I was in middle school or high school. I don't remember. And this is another book club read from Goodreads. And so I will be reading this for March. Another one for a book club on Goodreads is Unravel Me by Tahara. I don't remember how she says her name, but it's very pretty when she says it. Anyway, Tahara Mafi, I know when she says it, it's beautiful. I am still listening and following along Shatter Me for the month of March, which was for the book club, and then we'll be doing Unravel Me. I will probably do the same thing that I'm doing now by listening to the audiobook and following along. I will probably do this with this book, but I did see that audiobook is actually available on YouTube, so I don't think I'm going to purchase it since I don't already have it, and I will listen to it on YouTube and follow along in the book because I'm really enjoying that because the narrator just gives it such a voice to that story and brings it alive. So that's what I'm going to do with this. The next book, actually let me share this one. This one, there is like a challenge to read in one of those book clubs. I don't remember which one it is. Like January, you're supposed to read a suspense. Well, I did read a suspense in January. February, you're supposed to read paranormal. And I didn't know that. I just now found that challenge. And so if I get done with the book that I'm reading now, I'm going to go ahead and read this in February instead of March. If I get done, I should get done with that book. But if I don't, this will be March. But it's Magic in Manhattan, which actually it's 2 books in one. It's Brawls and Broomsticks and Frogs and French Kisses by Sarah Manowski. I couldn't remember how to say her name there for a minute. So I'm going to read this, and this is going to be like my paranormal. Yes, it's a fun, cute little read. I don't think it's going to be hard to read because, the writing inside is huge, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really easy read. So I'm hoping I can actually get this finished this month. The next one would be the March Challenge, and the March Challenge is actually supposed to be a coming of age. And this is recommended on Goodreads as a coming of age. And it is John Green's An Abundance of Catherines, which I still have not read. So I am going to try to read this in the month of March. Now the rest of them are just books that I decided I was going to try to read in March. I don't know if I can get this done. With little ones, you don't know how much you're actually going to be able to get to read. But this is my TBR, which I usually don't even do a TBR. But I decided I was going to try. And so what I've done is, this will be my young adult book. And it's Get Well Soon by Julie Halpern, which I think is a story about a young lady who ends up being put in they just call it a mental hospital. And I guess she is worried about losing weight, which I'm wondering if maybe that's why she's in there. She's depressed is what they said, so depressed that her parents committed her to a mental hospital. But I kind of wonder, it says a doctor who focuses way too much on her weight, and I think she's wanting to lose weight. So I kind of thought maybe she was anorexic or bulimic possibly. But apparently she makes some friends, and I think she begins to have a crush on a boy there. So I don't know, I just thought it sounded really cute, and I've had it for years. And, it's just a little tiny book, so that's going to be my young adult book. The next one is like my fairy tale book, and it's Once Upon a Time or no, not Once Upon a Time, Once Upon a Marigold by Jean Ferris. And I've had this book for a while too. And I actually have the second book too, so I need to get through it as well. But this possibly is, I don't know what you would consider this. I mean, I just call it my fairy tale book, but they have like on here young adults, children's. I don't really know where this would fall. It could be middle grade. But I think this has to do with a prince, maybe? No, maybe he's not no, he's not a prince. But he falls in love with a princess. He's just a commoner, I guess. Story like of him trying to get to the princess and falling in love, I think possibly. So I just thought it sounded cute and I wanted to do a fairy tale. And the next is my middle grade book, which is Withering Tights: The Misadventures of Tallulah. Tallulah. Sorry guys. Tallulah Casey. And I don't know, I just think this sounds really cute. It is, I think, originally a UK book. Oh, it's by Louise Renninson. She's the one who wrote, what is it? Shoot. The Confessions of Georgia Nicholson, which I thought was really funny. So it's, I think it kind of along the same lines as that. I don't know if there's, I think when I bought it, I was thinking that there was like paranormal type things, like she was a witch or something, but I don't know if that's true. But anyway, my middle grade. The next is my romance for the month. It is Happily Ever After by Harriet Evanson, or Evans, not Evanson, Evans. And I thought this sounded cute because it's about a 22-year-old, I guess, who has dreams of moving to London and being a literary superstar. And I think she does. She ends up moving and she ends up getting a job at a place, but then, like, I think there's, like, mistakes that happens, obviously. And then I guess it goes on down the line to 10 years later, like what her life is and where she is and looking back and predicting the future and what it's going to be like for her. So I just thought it sounded cute. And the last book is historical fiction, which is Bluebird or The Invention of Happiness by Sheila Kohler. I don't know how you say her name. And I do believe that this is a book that, yes, is based on the life of Lucy Dillon, who was an 18th century French aristocrat. And I think she was taken away from Marie Antoinette's court, and they actually went to America. And I think it's like just the story of her life and what it was like for her to go to America, and now she's living on a dairy farm, which was completely different than being at court. And just kind of finding out who she is. I mean, obviously, you do find out who you are whenever you're taken from a really good situation into one that's not quite the same, but yet it can still be just as good because maybe it fits you better. So, I don't know. I just thought this sounded really good. It was just in my pile of books that I have. So, I just was kind of going through books that I already had, trying to come up with ways of reading them because I know that if you have watched my past videos and you were my subscriber from back then, you knew I bought a lot of books. So I kind of just need to read through all those books, which I have gotten rid of lots of those books, but I still have a lot of books left. So anyway, that's it. That's like my TBR for the month of March. Can't guarantee that I'm going to get through them, but I'm going to try my best. So that's it, and I will see you guys later.